So this is Void. Let me show you how this works. Void is a coin vanish, and I'm going to teach you how coin vanish works, right? You see, what makes a coin is matter. You have the sound and the weight of the coin, right? All of that. So to make a coin vanish, all I need to do is just remove all of that. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to place the coin in my hand, close it. Mind you, I'm not using any sleeves or whatever. All I'm going to do is just rub. And if I could make the sound vanish, the weight vanish, you can see that the coin is now gone on both sides, just like that. Now to get the coin back is very, very simple. All I have to do is just imagine the coin there, blow, and just first think of the weight, get the feel of the coin. And when I do that, I can slowly start to hear the sound. Coin comes back. That is a void. Hello there guys, this is Avi with the Impossible Company, and this is Void. So I'm sure you've seen the video for Void, but to me what is Void is, it's my take on a simple visual coin vanish. I wanted to be able to find the cleanest, straightforward, the most straightforward way to vanish a coin with one hand, and that is Void. So when we get in deeper, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the history, how I thought about it, talk about the routines that me and my friends came up with, and also we're going to change the angles because this is a very technical move. We're going to try and get the best angles all around my hands to show you how this could work. So come on in, I'm excited. This is Void. Right, so now I'm going to share with you the basic workings of Void. And after that, we're going to talk about the routine. But for now, let's just keep it to the basic working. So simply put, Void is basically just putting the coin into a holdout, right? It's not a gimmick. The holdout is basically your hand. So the history about this is this uses a move, what I believe would be called the Harada hold at first. And then this hold was then modified by Mo-san from Japan. And most recently modified by Huki, and that's where I learned it from, so all credits goes to them. However, recently I also met Steve Cohen at a bar one day, and he enlightened me, saying that this move was done about 100 years ago, and he even has a photo to prove it, that it was done by Max Malini. So I guess this move is way older than we all thought. But anyways, the whole idea of Void is being able to move the coin from the middle of the palm to the holdout. And if you're still not sure where the holdout is, let me show you. So the holdout is here. The coin sits here and is being clipped by my thumb and my forearm. And basically when you clip it in place, you can basically move your hands like that, and it's very free, just like so. Now, the original Harada hold was something like that, and then Mo-san and then Huki all modified it. So I don't know the name to call it, I'll just call it the Mo-san palm. But anyways, so the whole idea of Void is basically just revolving around how to place the coin from the middle of the palm to the holdout. And I'm going to show you the behind the angles after this, a close-up and whatnot, to show you how I actually get it into place. But for now, in front, I'm just going to show you how this works. So first, if you are just going to do the basic performance, all you need to do is place the coin in the middle of the palm and really just extend all your fingers. This really is a very nice view, okay, as you can see. Now all you have to do is slowly close your hand and say that you're going to make the coin vanish. Now, you only need to do one special move, and honestly, the move doesn't require a lot of movement. But because of the routine and the design of the trick, because it's very slow, any slight movement will be noticeable. So my excuse for that, my misdirection for that is breaking out of character and mentioning something, which this is what I'm going to say. So I'll first hold the coin in the hand, just like so. And I'm going to say this. Oh, by the way, I'm not using any sleeves or watches. And by doing that, it allows me to turn my hand face down And while doing so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this coin, which is on my palm. This, when I turn it, it's going to rest on my fingertips. And I'm going to move this slowly into deep heel clip, just like so. Okay? And all I'm going to do right now, as I come back to relax, is to bring the hands up slightly to prevent the coin from flashing and just give it a slight blow. And by doing so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push with my fingers, push the coin so that it releases and stays here. Now, I can, in one of two ways, I can make the coin drop from this place to in position. First is by doing a slight jiggle, as you can see. But if you would like to reduce the amount of hand movements, what you can do is just rub. Because when you rub, the coin would slowly, because of the movement, it would slowly move down to position. And all you need to do now is just open. So that's the basic workings of the Vanish. We're going to move to another angle to show you the up-close version, and I'm going to explain how where to put the coin and stuff like that. But yeah, that is the basic Vanish. We're going to talk about the routines later. See you right there. Okay, so now we are at the top view, so you can see clearly how the coin moves from the palm to the hold out. And of course, with this angle, you can clearly see how the hold out, the position of the coin, and so much and so forth. Okay, so as you can see, the coin starts out here. Like I said, stretch your hands. Now what you're going to do is close it, and as you turn over, you're going to move the coin from the palm to the fingertips, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to push it to deep heel clip, just like so. Okay, so in speed, looks like that. As you can see. Now, as you rotate your hand to bring up to blow, you're going to use your two fingers to push, and the coin is going to drop here, just like so. All you have to do is just slightly move, and you can see the coin would slowly slide down, right, to this position. And if you know your position, all you have to do is now just open your hands, and the coin would be in position, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the position of where to place the coin. Now, originally the Harada hold is placed here, but Motsan and Huki, the one that I've learned from them, is actually directly under the thumb. So this is, in my opinion, a way superior variation of the Harada hold, is because number one, it allows your hands to flip back and front, to show the back and the front of the palm of the hand in a very clean and natural way, rather than the old way like that. Another plus is that because this is under the thumb, this whole chunk of meat actually helps shade and cover this coin to hide it from view, just like so. So I would say anywhere under this whole piece of chicken wing, if you like, anywhere under it should be fine, as long as it doesn't go past the middle of your wrist, right? So here is no good, here is fine, here is fine, and as long as it doesn't go too far out from the thumb, it should be fine. See, the difficult part about this actually is just the fact that you have to find your own spot, and every single person has a different spot, right? I would say and dare say that me and Huki, I've seen slight differences in terms of position, but everyone's about here. You just have to find your own spot. Once you've found your own spot, the next difficult thing is actually to keep the coin in position. Now, honestly, there is no other shortcut other than to keep practicing it, but I have some tips that I hope would help you minimize trial and error. Okay, so the only thing you need to look out for is this, right? So imagine this is the top of the coin and this is the bottom of the coin. All you need to take note is that the bottom of the coin shouldn't slide. because if it slides, as you can see, if I'm trying to move it, if it slides, it won't stick, because the moment this goes past this threshold, it's now parallel to the floor, and this top coin is no longer under in contact with the thumb. You can never do the move. So while this top part of the coin is still in contact with the thumb, you need to find an angle to place the coin so that it digs into the skin and doesn't slide. So in this case, here, and as you can see from the wrinkles, it is really dug in like that, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to place the coin here, turn it so you can see clearly, put the coin. As I open, it really digs into your skin. So in the past, people think you have to be fat to do this. I don't believe so. I hope that I am not fat, and I hope that Cookie is not fat. So this is proof that anyone can do it. But I have some tips and some things that I would like you to consider when you're practicing this, okay? So the first thing is, do not try to do this. You do not want to raise your hand like that to perform, because you don't want to look like chicken wings and Tyrannosaurus Rex, It's not gonna work. And even if you can keep the coin in position, this just looks wrong. Next, what you want to do, in my opinion, is basically, once the coin is in position, you kind of want to think about opening your thumb upwards first and out. And what this does is two things. First, this guarantees that this muscle is going on top of the coin, almost like a flap. See this thing here. Number two, because you're opening your thumb out, the force that is holding the coin in is not the wrist anymore, but actually the thumb, which actually frees the whole, just frees the whole wrist from being like in a very tight and tense position. This now is very relaxed. As you can see, it just looks like I'm opening my hand. Okay, just from here. And if you notice, because I'm moving my thumb outwards, this also gives the palm a very flat look. It's not like that, it's not like that, it's not like that. It's just opening up, right? Like I said, opening up and out. And this gives the palm a very flat look, as you can see. This allows you to flip your hands. Now that you have the coin in position, I want you to imagine two things. Imagine that there's this line, right, that cuts right through the middle finger and the wrist, shooting out. And what you want to do is just turn at this axis. You do not want to turn like a wave or at an axis, because that kind of makes it feel like it's something is there. What you want is to turn right along the axis of the middle finger, like that. So from the front, it will look like that. Okay, when you have the coin in position, it should look the same. Okay. Now, last but not least, I would say you need to understand that when the coin is in position while the thumb is technically locked, because it's locking the coin in place, all your other fingers are actually free, and you are trying to show that your hand is empty, right? So most palms requires the finger somehow, but this one, your fingers are free. So you want to take advantage of that. You want to be able to really just move your fingers. And if the coin is here and your hand is palm up, you can actually move your thumb as well. And you can still like unlock and lock, unlock and lock. So you want to take advantage of that and really move your fingers to show that, there's no coin there. And then only when you turn that you lock the thumb back in, right? And can still move your fingers if you want. So what you want to really remember is that you want to take advantage of moving all the 5 fingers to really give the feel and the sense that, there's nothing in the hand. Okay, so those are some tips that I have in terms of getting the move. We're now going to talk about the pattern, the pattern, right? The presentation. I'll show you how I move my hands and how I bring the coin from palm to hold out, and from hold out back to palm. All right, so thank you. All right, so now I'm going to share with you the presentation, right? The pattern that me and Victorpedia came up with. So the whole idea and the problem that I had with this was, I'm always having to do this, right? Especially bringing the coin back into play. This thing. I wanted to get rid of that, or in other words, I'm trying to find a method, a way to be able to bring the coin back into play that is justified. So Victor Pina told me about this. Hey, why not, rather than trying to reduce an action that I cannot, right? Because I really, it's just because of the method I have to do this. So rather than trying my best to omit something that I cannot omit, why not make it part of the story, right? So what we had was basically, talking about the coin, the weight, and what makes it a coin is matter. So by creating that presentation, all I need to do is say, I can remove those sound, the matter, the weight, and then the coin vanishes. And this goes very well in line, right, with the story of the vanish. You put the coin here, and by doing this, you're also conditioning the spectator that your hands are moving. So I think it's a good convincer. And then when you do the vanish, you just bring this, you do the, I'm not wearing a watch kind of convincer, bring it back down, do the vanish, and once the vanish is done, all you have to do now is say, okay, to bring the coin back, you just have to feel the weight. And you're going to do this a few times, right, in front of the spectator, but not bringing the coin out yet. You're just going to say, I'm going to feel the weight. And then close your hands like that. You're not really going to close your hands fully, just bringing up the fingers to cover and block the coin from view. Lean down and blow, and then just ever so slightly, while you're saying, I want you to start to feel the weight, you're now going to move the coin slowly, bit by bit, into the middle of the palm. And as soon as the coin hits the middle of the palm, you can say, now if I feel the weight, I can start to hear the sound. And you blow, and then the coin comes back. So I think that this is so far, by far, my favorite presentation for the routine, for the vanish itself. Seeing how clean and how well the story plays out. And I think the spectators will be able to relate. You bring out coin, you say the coin is here, it has weight, it has sound, and then but if I remove all of that, the coin vanishes, and then you reverse all of that in action, and then the coin comes back. So I think it's a good presentation, it's a good story, and this is all thanks to Victor, my friend. So thank you for that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this presentation. It's very simple, but you can see why I like it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run through the whole performance, maybe from the back view, so you can see everything in play and how I move my hands. And then that's pretty much it. Hope you guys like that. All right, so here is the top view of how to bring the coin, back from the holdout back to the palm, and also when what I do when I'm doing the presentation. So obviously you know how to bring the coin into position, right? Now what you want to do is bring the coin back. Like I said, you could basically just drop your hands down and this coin would move, okay? Just like that. Or you are able to do the air toss, right, by hooky. The other thing that I would do is basically show you now, how I would bring the coin slowly back while doing the presentation. So I basically just did it. All I'm really doing is first showing the weight, and you can see, just relax and basically just move this coin slowly, bit by bit, to the middle. Now, the reason why I'm moving bit by bit is because if I make any big movements, if I'm rushing to bring the coin back to the palm, this would, result in a lot of big movements, which is not what you want. What you want to simulate is basically, like you're just, imagining the coin is there, just feeling the weight. You're trying to really do what you're saying, just like so. And when you do that, just move the coin, lightly and slowly into position. Okay, just like so. So basically that's it. This is really simple. Actually, the coin coming back is very simple. In fact, the whole routine, I would say, is simple, because once you found your spot, like we discussed in the previous section, all you really have to do is open your hand, and that's it. The only few points to remember is, like I mentioned, Do not bounce too much to rush the coin to get back. Finding your spot and really exaggerating the motion of the fingers to really show that your hand is empty. And apart from that, it's pretty much it. I don't think that there's too much to it that I can talk about other than practice, because this is a rather difficult move, I would say. So a few more points to take note is that obviously, because this requires your skin, you would want to keep your skin moist. You do not want to do it in a air-conditioned room, or let's say in Vegas in the desert where there is no humidity. You will find it a little bit more difficult. But all you have to do is, you can just put some lotion or some cream, or even if you want, well, don't do it in front of people, because now after COVID, everyone's a bit paranoid. You can cough on your hand just like that a bit, and that would be enough to get enough moisture on there. And then yeah, basically that's it. Just practice, finding your spot. While you're practicing, you can use your thumb, to aid your practice. But once you've gotten I would say the position right, you can start practicing without the thumb and just do it with one hand, just like so. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I'm sure you know where to find me. And yep, we'll go back to the other view. Alright, so we've come to the end of the project. I really hope you guys like Void. I would just like to take this time to give some credits to where it's due. For example, really first, thank you Ponta and Jonio, the Impossible Company, and everyone here who's made this filming such a fun experience. So it really means a lot to me being able to be here, because Ponta is one of my greatest inspiration for Coin Magic to begin with. Next, I'd like to credit Motsan Huki for sharing the method with me, and not just sharing, but actually really giving me tips and guiding me through my journey on mastering this hold. Obviously, I have to give Harada the credits for the hold, originally being his, and also recently, like I mentioned at the start in the introduction, this is done by Max Lini, so I think he also gets the credit. But last but not least, I really want to thank all of you guys for taking interest in my work. So you guys also deserve some credit. Only if you buy this product. If you illegally download it somewhere, then I am disappointed. Really, so disappointed in you. But yes, if you purchase this legally, great, I love you. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I hope you guys like this, and continue to support me and the Impossible Company. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.